Anders Verjgang. This is definitely not your first time hearing the name, and it's not our first time talking about him either. His talent is exceptional. This boy is seriously gifted, naturally sharp, and dangerously intelligent in gameplay. He plays his own unique style that is both unpredictable and efficient, and that is exactly why our beloved Tech struggled to keep up with him. Today we are breaking down his FC26 attacking style, specifically his counterattack football. Anders is the king of counterattacks in FC26. The moment he wins the ball, you already feel a goal coming. It's very hard to defend. So let's break down the main pieces of his counterattacking system, what makes it so deadly, and why defenders struggle to stop it. U7Buy has Black Friday promotions if you want free coins. You can leave comments about U7Buy in the comment section. You write any comment of your choice about the U7Buy, or click the link in the description. I will select one lucky person from each video to receive 100k coins until Friday. Need coins? Go to u7buy.com for the cheapest FC26 coins. With over 40,000 positive reviews, trusted by top FC25 creators worldwide, it's the best place to upgrade your team. Use code DRFC at checkout for an extra 8% off. Don't miss out. With code DRFC for 8% off today. The first and most important piece is triggering runs. Yes, it sounds obvious, but the way Anders uses triggers has a deeper mind game behind it. That's why you have to follow the whole video carefully to understand the whole concept. Let's start with the L1 pass. This is his favorite passing mechanic. The ability to send a player forward immediately after the pass is incredibly powerful. You perform it by pressing L1 plus your pass button, and after releasing the ball, the player instantly sprints forward. Look at this example. He is controlling Pina. He plays an L1 pass into his midfielder, which triggers Pina to sprint forward. Before we continue, let me highlight one bonus trick in his attacking, his zigzag dribbling. Anders is not a fancy dribbler with skill moves and twists, but he is very good at manipulating space and the opponent's decisions through simple zigzag touches. He dribbles a lot with an open ball, which makes it harder to tackle him because he constantly shifts the ball left and right. You will see this dribbling style many times in these examples. So after dribbling with his midfielder, he plays another L1 pass, sending that midfielder forward as well. Now the opponent has to defend all these runs. Then while controlling his striker, he plays yet another L1 pass and sends the striker forward too. Now count the players attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attackers against 4 defenders. This is a nightmare scenario for anyone trying to defend. The opponent panics and tries to pull a midfielder back to help, while Anders waits for his runners to cover ground. That panic becomes a mistake. Anders dribbles in a zigzag to stay out of the tackling range and open better passing angles. The opponent finally reacts and switches to cover one of the runs, but Anders still has multiple players free. The AI cannot track all these runs for long. He spots the unmarked option, plays the pass, drives into the space, and finishes the chance he created. Next is the L1 run. This is the most dangerous mechanic in his counter-attacking play, and you'll understand why. To perform it, aim your left analog at the player you want to send and press L1. The player will raise his hand and start running. Here are the 3 important things Anders does to take his L1 runs to a pro level. First, he triggers runs extremely early. He trains himself to send the run before he even receives the ball. This gives him a reaction advantage. By the time the defender notices the run, it's too late. Second, he sends his wingers. When Anders triggers with L1, most of the time it's a winger. Why? Because the most dangerous way to make a counterattack unstoppable is using width. Defenders naturally protect the central area during transitions, so stretching the shape wide creates huge gaps. Another reason is that many opponents, even pros, will focus on the central players and fail to notice the winger taking off. Third, he uses the man advantage. This is where fundamentals come in. Anders has mastered fundamentals. When you send a winger forward, you don't pass to him immediately. Let him run. Pass to another player instead, usually your striker. That creates what many people call the triangle. You now have an extra option sprinting behind the defense, and all you have to do is time the through pass. Here's the example. Anders wins the ball against Tex. The score is 7-3. Instead of passing directly to Yamal on the wing, Yamal becomes the man advantage. Anders plays the ball to his midfielder and triggers Yamal before the pass is even received. This early trigger makes it hard for Tex to notice. Instead of passing to Yamal immediately, Anders plays the ball into his striker. Meanwhile, Yamal has already covered so much ground that he becomes a huge threat. Tex finally spots it and switches to his fullback to track the run, but it's too late. Yamal is too fast. Anders plays the through ball, gets in behind, uses physicality and pace to attack the space, finds the angle, and scores. Now let's talk about the send and call. This is a true mind game trick and one of the most dangerous things he does. It combines two mechanics. The L1 run sends your player forward. The R1 run calls the same player short. It looks simple, but trust me, you don't want to defend it. When you send a player forward and the defender or AI starts tracking the run, you suddenly call that same player short. This does two things. It moves your player away from pressure and it confuses the opponent. They no longer know what you're planning to do next. Anders uses this either when the opponent successfully tracks the run or when he expects them to track it. Here's how he used it against Tex. He passes to his striker and before the ball is even received, he triggers his midfielder to sprint forward. Anyone would look for the through pass to Mbappe here. Good players track that easily, but Anders anticipates that reaction and triggers his winger to stop. Tex was already prepared to chase the forward run, so now the winger is free because the fullback moved back. Suddenly Tex is confused. Meanwhile, Anders does what he always does. He uses the L1 pass. He sends the striker forward again. While the opponent is off balance, Anders hits a driven pass, takes advantage of the panic, and breaks through with very little space. Perfectly executed, and he scores. That's Anders Verjgang. He plays simple, fundamental football but adds constant mind games and unstoppable mechanics like triggering runs. This makes it incredibly hard for opponents to deal with him in real time. Imagine players sprinting from every angle, attackers constantly making runs, and you have no idea who to track. You can even see the zigzag dribbling I mentioned earlier. It lets him dribble openly while keeping all passing options alive, and at the same time makes tackling him difficult because the ball keeps shifting left and right. It looks simple, but it's one of the most important tools in his gameplay. That's it. If you want more pro breakdowns like Yilmaz, make sure you hit the like button and leave your comment. Thanks for watching. Are you ready for FC26? Imagine getting coached by the same people who train the best players in the world. Team Gullit has developed some of the biggest pro players in EAFC, like Manuel Bature, the FC25 world champion, and Emre Yilmaz, the FC25 E-Champions League winner. Now you can get one-on-one coaching from their experts, whether you're a casual player looking to improve or chasing the dream of going pro. What makes Team Gullit coaching special is that this isn't just watching tutorials. A Team Gullit coach analyzes your gameplay, corrects your mistakes, and gives you a clear game plan to dominate your opponents, all through a personalized one-on-one session at an affordable price. And right now, you get 10% off using the link in the description with discount code GETBETTER10.